Hey, what's up, guys? This is Vishleshaka podcast, and today I'm going to talk about some thing happened in my home, like in my country, in Sri Lanka, and there's this guy, Indika Thotawaththa. He's an astrologer. He's a so-called an intelligent person who always like talk about like religions and like stuff. So, and he was like he was arrested last night. And when I saw this news, and I felt like I should talk about it, I give my view on this whole scenario. I'm not talking about like Indika Thotawaththa. I'm like generally speaking, like, oh, is this a good thing? Like, first things first, like, imagine like for those who don't know this guy, like Indika Thotawaththa, he's someone who he's blind, and he's an astrologer, and he came 5 6 years ago. He was popular, and still he is on YouTube and doing horoscope readings. But mostly he does he's like uh, do analysis, like talk about religions, like talk about religious books and give his view on it. And most people don't like this guy because he's not a like a normal person who just follows everything. Like he criticizes. Like he's a Buddhist, and he criticizes his own like Buddhist book Tripitaka, and he just brings up straight up points and say like this and that this contradicts that one, and like he talks about the Quran, he talks about the Bible, and so many people doesn't like this guy. I mean, it's normal. Like imagine a Muslim comes out and say like anything regarding Muslim, like the book. I mean, I think he will or she will be like having death threats. That's how dangerous what he is doing. And most people uh, like doesn't like this guy. Many people hate, and like I prefer him. Why? Like in my life, I've been a Buddhist, and in my country, there's these like several things. Like for example, people believe in Rahu Kala, what they say. Like it's a bad time. Like if you go and do something good in this specific time, Rahu Kala, uh, it's in India too. It comes from astrology, and and if you do something good, it will not be successful. That's the basic definition. Like in any day, if you search Rahu Kala or something, you get like from 10 to 2. You just skip good things. Like most of the times, if you are getting married, uh, soldiers never recommend this time. They would, you know, give a good time according to us. And and people just accept this. Any person who marries in India, Sri Lanka, or something, they go through horoscope and astrology. They would skip like go follow this time, like they skip and do good things in other times. And as a matter of fact, in my country, the most successful businessman, wealthiest guy, I believe so. He did several things. He's a stock market something, and he just did he sold his stocks according to these, like skipping these times, and he was successful. He just comes out publicly and say, like, this is a good, like I succeeded because of one reason is this. So people believe it. And most people, I mean, for 95%, they never criticize. Like they don't ask why, like why we should. They never ask. No, if someone asks this question, they would categorize them as, you know, stubborn, like radical. They are like, they are, what's the word? Like, they are over the moon. Like they are crazy. You know what I mean? Like it's not. They would never hear what this person have to say. They would like don't be serious, and skip it, and like what most people do is like follow these traditional stuff things. And another thing is like they have, like in Sri Lanka they worship this deva called Kataragama, and it's a Hindu deva, a god, and people go, and if they want to do a good thing, good, you know, good. Like for example, imagine like if someone has an interview, they would go before the interview, and like most, like hundreds of people, thousands of people go every day and worship this god, a Hindu god. Many Buddhists also go there, and they just hold these fruits, and they just worship this deva. And rarely people would ask who is Deva. Like you should, what is the Buddhist take from, like, from this? Like is Buddhist, should Buddhist worship Hindu devas? Look, blah blah blah. Like rarely a person questions this types of questions. Most of the people, they just accept. They want to have fun, and they just go and worship, and that's that. And another thing is like aswaka, like what this means is like imagine like someone buys a car, and one person comes and say, wow, what a beautiful car, like how much was it? Like, oh, excited, and they believe if someone does this for something good you have, the good thing will be destroyed. I believe it's in this Western countries too, like not in the same names or manners, but it should be there. Like people are scared of this. And this, that's another particular thing. And these are in the society. People never, most people never criticizes or blame or question, because they have tons of things to do. That's what they say. And this person, Indika Thotawaththa, this guy is blind. Says he's an astrologer. He does know astrology. And what he does every day in the YouTube or any place, just goes and like question. Like you have like monks in Sri Lanka. They just like tell the Buddhist stories and like Buddhist Dharma for like 20, like not 20, for years. But really, a monk is doing what this person is. Like this person just go through these books and just publicly say this point is wrong. This point should be this. Like what he does is not always right. But what he is doing is questioning the credibility. He's not doing only with the Buddhist books. He's doing with Muslims, doing with Bible. And he's reading the Bible, he's reading the Quran, he's questioning the public. These and these, like these should be, this way, like, and this is wrong. How something exists in something like this in Quran. He just publicly analyzes these stuff, and that's what happened. So what he criticized this Quran, and police have arrested, like most Muslims. They just they were not happy with this, and he was arrested. I mean, yeah, there's a way to criticize or tell anything, but there's a big but here. However, what he is doing, perfectly fine. You shouldn't be get angry, If anything, even he's doing this for Buddhist books, and the blame is not what the people should do. You shouldn't laugh at him. Should encourage him and tell him the truth. Or we could go to a discussion and discuss these sort of things. He had discussion with Christian bishops, fathers, and Islam, priests. He had discussion. So he was doing this for years. And people never, they just blame. What do they blame for? So this guy came into an astrology program, and when he first came to the media, he identified himself as like a, what do you call it? Like he sees everything. Like he sees stuff. He can communicate with someone from the outside world. So that's, I mean, even I believe that that's not true. It's a lie or something like he made up, or maybe he meditated so much that he began to cease, or whatever the case. But after he became popular, 1 or 2 years, he was astrology. He knew astrology, and I have 10 years of knowledge about astrology. So I when I hear him analyze horoscope, is 100% accurate. It's it's more accurate than like traditional astrologer. So he's doing that thing in a credible way. So he's a good guy. He's a intelligent person and an astrologer, and he dropped that seeing, the unseen, like talking with the outside world. Like he dropped this whole strange attitude about, and he just, what he did for like 5-6 years, did astrology, and he just talk about these valuable stuff, and so for me, he's a good guy. Like these people should exist in society. Like you can just blame this person. What do he know? Like that. If someone does blame him, he's a fool. Why am I not blaming him? Like I'm also like I have experience with the society. I'm like yeah, nearing 30s and stuff. Like I'm old, so I know about about the society, about the culture, and I, in my life, I'm this person. Like in my I always question this stuff. I never like believe for anyone, like would say like, I didn't believe. I always go through the books, always go through with my intelligence, and I would like, even I would hear these like Indika, this person or any other person's analysis, and I still question that credibility. So I admire these types of people. These types of people should exist in this world, you know. Like these are the people who bring this society forward. Like if someone just keep on like following anything for years without questioning, that's not, that's like, who knows, like if this is true or false. And 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 I want to say like, say the like the what I mentioned before, like regarding the Kataragama Deva, like people, my people worship this Hindu Deva. Is it right? In Buddhism, it's not right. I mean, this is my view on these three things, like what I mentioned. Like in Buddhism, you don't worship gods. Gods worship you. And in Buddha said specifically, like if you do good things, the sakra is in Buddhism. Buddha is also a human, and Buddha is these are like, there are like several worlds. Like humans is the middle place. Below that you have like healths, different types of healths. Animals is another uh, health, you know, and animals, and you have like deeper health. And if you go upwards, you have gods and brahmins. And gods are the not the extreme, but like gods are people who did good things in life. Like for example, the uh, luxurious, the most wealthy, the most what do you say, the most uh, like the most powerful god, I would say. The most powerful god is someone who's a who was a human. Who was a I think a poor person who didn't have anything to eat in one day, and he was really hungry, and he saw some monk coming by, and the monk was hungry too, and he didn't have. So this person was hungry, and that monk is hungry too. So what he did was just gave this food to that monk. I think that monk is a Pasebudu, something like he. The monk was someone who was going to be Buddha or something. So he just gave this food to that monk. So imagine, like, he was hungry, was desperate for food. He just gave it to that. So that person, next life, he became the most powerful deva in the whole universe. That's how whole wide Buddhist cosmos. Like the most what do you call it? Like the most powerful god. So so this is someone who is extremely lucky, and like who did extreme good deeds in life, in previous lives. And these gods, we call them sakra. And Buddha said, you know, sakra, they in he in the morning, in the night, he looks at earth. He looks at earth and watch uh, people who do good things. Like you have these 5 precepts. These are not actually a Buddhist precepts, but like imagine like doing these five, like not killing, not stealing, not conducting sexual misconduct, not telling lies, not uh, going to drugs and alcohol. He sees these people who doesn't do this stuff, and the most powerful sucker, the deva, worship these people. He worships. And that's what the Buddha said in his own words. So now people, when they have an interview, they go worship Kataragama Deva, who's even he's not a Buddhist god, some Hindu god. So if someone do this, he doesn't know Buddhism, he doesn't know Hinduism, he doesn't know what Buddha said. He doesn't know shit. He doesn't know anything. You know what I mean? So if someone knows this, he can't worship a Hindu god. You know what I mean? It's against Buddhism. That's my take on that. And for the Aswakata, like people when they see a good car, they like over exaggerate and the car would damage you. You know, you will be killed. Is that true? It's true. So imagine like Donald Trump. He was a president, or take Joe Biden or any famous people, Elon Musk, or anyone, Taylor Swift. So people, they just go do memes, just create stuff. They just, laugh and say so many stuff all around the world to that particular person. 24/7. Huh? 365 days. If this is true, the person can't be alive, like, so if I buy a car and one person just say something about it, all right, that's one person. Imagine this guy, Taylor Swift, or any famous footballer puts out a Ferrari. So he have like, imagine like 10 million followers on Instagram. They would say, wow, what a beautiful car. So 10 million times his car should be damaged, accidents. He should be dead. So imagine like how stupid this is. Still people believe in this stuff. How crazy. So those people laugh at Indika Thotawaththa. Laugh at people like me. That's truth. Why they are stupid? They are foolish. No, imagine like thousands of people do this, and they just laugh at this blind person who does these good things to society. I mean, we should worship this guy. You know what I mean? It's a gem to not to even to our country, to the whole world. That's what it's not always true. He maybe have some. I told you like he showed some perspective which was not true, and I said it like right now. But I still admire what he's doing right now. Do anything like even like he criticizes like so reading the Tripitaka, the Quran. Imagine reading these books takes months. Like I practically know it. Like you have in Buddhism, you have Digha Nikaya. These sutras taking like 1 day, 2 days to read, just to understand. This guy just points out what is right, what is wrong. Oh, this should be that, this should be this. And people just laugh. People just laugh at him. Why laugh? Laugh to this nonsense. Like he said this thing. He just showed like 3 boxes. He couldn't answer them. Like, he predicted the presidents and he failed. That's why the people blame him. People don't see this thing. because they don't have the mind to see it. They don't have the brain to see it. So that's why, like, that's normal for a person like this. The criticism, the hate, the laughing part is common to anyone who goes through this path in life. In life, anyone who, like, just criticize or say something good to the society, first thing the people do would be laugh, would reject, because he's going over the moon, like he's going cutting the traditional lanes, you know. So that's what happened. But he's not it's not a dude who fails. I mean, I analyze his horoscope because I have the true time, so he will not be destroyed by these allegations or anything. And I didn't say the third thing. Like the next thing would be Rahu Khan. Like, so bad times, you shouldn't do good things. So this is common. People get married to a particular time. So imagine, like, what I asked from the society, and like in those days, what I asked was, like, imagine there's a couple, two people who loved truly to each, to like both of them loving truly, and they care about them, understood, and they marry, not not to this time. They just marry however they want, whichever the day they want, they just marry, you know. And so I want to ask Rahu Kalam, or anyone who follows this thing, will their life will be ruined. And imagine, like, another two people, a person who just did bad things in the whole life, and the women also just did bad things, you know, adultery, and like being a jerk to the society, like did bad things, anything, like not a good person, and they just marry to the best time. Imagine, like, an astrologer just show you the best time in the whole year. It's just marry at the perfect time, the perfect time. So I want to ask them, will their marriage will be their marriage, like, will they be successful in marriage? And will those people would be unsuccessful? I want to ask. These are like two streams, but that's the correct way to analyze the stuff. You have to go to the extreme and look what is right, what is wrong, and will they be successful? I want to say no. What is no, what is right? But it's just like that person who two people who truly love, they would be successful. And no matter what time that the other people look, what they did, if you believe in karma, or like if they believe in God, they will not be successful. No, if you believe in God, God will not love them back. You know, if you believe in karma, karma will, like, you know, come to you, irrelevant to the time you marry. So we should understand this. Like in Buddhism, the Buddha said, if you have good characteristics, if you have the same passion, same mind, same karma, the same thinking. Like imagine, like what I was thinking, like Indika Thotawaththa. So if some girl is like Indika Thotawaththa, we are compatible. You know what I'm saying? Like so it's like these they, like, for example, there was this Nakula Pitha, Nakula Matha. They like two good, loving husband and wife in Buddha's time, and they come to Buddha and ask him, we want to be eternal. Like we have to, we know we are born again, like we live again in the next life, and we want to be the same couple again and again and again. We can't let ourselves thrown away. Like I can't, you know, I can't, throw him away. Like I can't, I have to be with him. And that person says, I have to be with my wife. I can't be with someone else. I can't forget her, forget him. And Buddha said, if you have the same karma, if you have, he said specifically like Samma Sati, Samma Samadhi, Sama Prakta, Sama. So like same brain, same intelligence, same faith, same knowledge about life. This knowledge is not like memorizing stuff. This knowledge is like analyzing the world, like what I told you. That's special kind of knowledge, no. So that knowledge and like the true love, they will be eternal. That's what Buddha said. He said specifically. He said this. Not like it's not like I'm brainstorming also. This is Buddha's words. He said, then you could be together for any like for next life. He said. So that's the main thing. He didn't say just go watch a time, like go marry in this time you will be eternal. No, he didn't say shit about time. You know what I'm saying? You like man, like if these conditions are right, if you are not married, that marriage would be last forever. Like old people, they didn't marry. And I heard this interview yesterday, Satan Ibrahim. He is this Ferrari guy who's famous football. His wife said, I can't marry him. I can't marry you. He says this in public. So that wife, that Helena, her name, this guy is famous footballer. And she said, I can't marry you. I want to be myself. I will love you. So they are together with 2 children, but they are not married. No, so that's the condition. It's not anything to do with money, time, or anything. These 2 people, they compatible with minds, So that's the way it should be, and also this right time, Nakata. Like as an astrologer, people ask, will I be successful if I do this thing in this time? Like give me a time to do this stuff. But I will never do that. Like I won't give you anything. But my advice is like do good things, and anything will be successful. You have the courage, and if you have the karma, like if you are not like if you have past life, that's more complex. If you have several conditions, you will be successful. Not to do with any time. And Buddha specifically mentions this, like the correct nakata, correct time to do anything is the time you think of a good idea and react to it, do it. Like even if it's 12 in the morning, 1 in the morning, if you think I will help this person, I will do good to this person. If you do this, if you are doing this, you will be successful. That's what Buddha said. Don't need to like look into a time. And if you think in 2 in the morning, I will hate this person, I will steal from this person, I will hurt him, I will get revenge from this person, you will not be successful. That Kalva Kante, this prison guy who escaped from prison, even though he, he analyzed the whole prison area. He survived for 14 days till he was caught. You know, like that's a other example. Like there are prisoners who didn't get caught. Maybe their past lives were good. That's extreme. Like you don't have to talk about these stuff right here. So my point is, my thinking pattern is like, I don't believe in like any what people say. I don't believe. Just question. I may be wrong. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm questioning, and anyone could argue and come put a logic, like put a point in front of me, and I would consider it. You know what I'm saying? So we are like not following blindly. We're just analyzing stuff. That's why I call this channel analysis. No, I'm not like a traditional person who just goes doing, random things. So this Indika Thotawaththa, the person who got arrested, the blind astrologer, he's one of my clients. So I should speak to him. So he's an intelligent guy. So I think he's one of the best astrologers in Sri Lanka. And he's a good person, and we should all love and protect him. Not because he would, criticize anything. Even we could get knowledge from. Like I didn't. I read the Tripitaka and the Bible and several books, and still what he brings, I have to think twice. Like he brings such intelligent points. Like he's an intelligent guy. So I'm talking about him. Like, so you shouldn't blame him. You should protect him. It's not a killer or anything, like do bad things to the society. I hope everyone follow me. I mean, you should have some knowledge and be like. But I would encourage you to listeners, anyone, just analyze stuff. Like these shouldn't be like just question yourself before you do anything. Like this, is this the right way? Is this wrong? Is this correct? Is this the way? No, question, not just blindly think, like like you should always be serious. That's the main aspect in life, like main thing in life. It's not a joke. Like many people joke and fun. I mean, always good to be joking and like making fun. But in life, you should be serious, at least to your religious aspects. Like think of this stuff and just question. So that's why I want to talk about. And yeah, I'll come up with another video. Thank you.